It's going to be called, of the Rugby League World Cup at Old Trafford, is going to be New Zealand versus England. Well, that didn't happen, did it? So obviously, the Rugby League World Cup final is upon us, and it is not the one I predict. I very much apologise. I am a fraud. But, I guess we just got to do some form of review for Australia versus Samoa, I guess. I would say probably the Aussies did, probably as expected. Well, they blitzed through the group stage with relative ease. Then they got into the quarterfinals and whisked away Lebanon. Then they went to the semi-finals against New Zealand, where apparently it was controversial. I don't know. I didn't watch. It was alleged there was a lot of controversy going into the game with some of the refereeing decisions. But, yep, Australia now into their, 14th, 15th Rugby League World Cup final. I think they've been in every one since. I don't know. It's been very one-sided of a World Cup. But now, I want to talk about specifically is the team they're taking on, Samoa. So, obviously Samoa are now the first Pacific nation team to ever make the Rugby League World Cup final. I just want to apologise for everybody who commented on the thing on the predicting video that Samoa were going to win, were going to go through to the final. They're better than me. They're better than me. Better than a man on the internet. But obviously, I think it's fantastic that finally we get to see a Pacific Island team in the final. We got very close a few times. Obviously, Tonga were very close back in 2017, but they only just lost to England. It's going to be it's a cultural moment for this, especially if Samoa do go on to win the game and actually win the final. It's going to be it's a bigger than sports moment, especially even though technically on paper in terms of the fixtures, it is sort of a glorified New South Wales Blues inter-club game, because it's basically the New South Wales Blues players that are white or are Australian versus the New South Wales Blues that aren't Australian is pretty much the example of the two squads. But coming down into it, Samoa obviously had the worst start they could have possibly had, got absolutely demolished 70-6. I'd assume those are Samoans now driving around waving their flags like I've been seeing on TikTok. But 70-6 they lost to... No, it wasn't 70-6, it was 66-6 or 60. I don't know why I'd have a Rugby League YouTube channel. I fucking know nothing. But basically, they had a very bad result in the opening game, but they turned it around. They beat Tonga in the quarterfinals in an absolute battle. And then even in a better battle, they just sneaked past England in the semi-final with the golden point goal at the Emirates. And now they are through to the final against Australia. So, my only concern for Samoa in this game is that they've peaked too early, because basically they've played their grand final last week against England, then they go up to play against Australia and get absolutely smacked into oblivion. I don't want that to happen, but there is a possibility that could be the case. So in terms of my prediction for this game, I think Australia probably will win, but I don't want that to happen. I've converted to a honorary oos by me. I'm a self-appointed oos. I am. I want Samoa to win this game because obviously, for historic and cultural purposes, this will be a bigger result than just sport. It'll be because obviously, like the Pacific Island teams, specifically with Rugby League and Rugby Union, have been fighting for like this, like sort of like standing up with the giants, which is obviously like Australia, New Zealand, England, stuff like that. Probably not Union for Australia. We just lost to Italy, but it'll be a significant moment if they do win. So I'm hoping they win, but I think being in the final just helps is going to cement them anyways. But I'm just a little bit concerned that I think Australia probably will just run over the top of them. But that is my predictions there for the Rugby League World Cup. What do you guys think will happen? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all later.